time for New Year's, people. Time to do all that clapping, respecting, and all that good old jazz stuff that they do. So yeah, this is sort of one of those chapters in Nisekoi where it's like, there's stuff to it, but then again, it's like, my god. So we get to honestly see, like, you know, it's New Year's, everyone's like going around like, hey guys, we're all gonna be together for like fucking New Year's, which I'm generally surprised because it was supposed to be just like Raku and Chitoge just together, and it was actually Chitoge who was the one that brought everyone around. I thought it'd be like fucking like Raku brings him and she's like, oh, I want to be alone with Raku. So surprisingly everyone's like all together. I'm not gonna lie, pretty much all of them like look pretty fucking cute. I'm not gonna lie, Sydney looks probably absolutely adorable. Chitoge, and it's just like, yes, even fucking Onodera, Haru can still fuck herself. I'm just saying, and I forget what her fucking like her friend's called, Fu or something like that. I believe it's like they're all there, and it's just like they're all like pretty much saying, hey, this is what we're gonna fucking do for New Year's. We're gonna be all like fucking celebrating and stuff, and it's just like, oh, I'm actually like the one thing interesting of this chapter was the time where we actually get to see Yui after all this time, which is like, what the fuck happened to her? She got like pretty much run over the fucking bus for all that time. It's like, and the whole little chat that like Chitoge and Onodera actually had, where it was like, oh, they're actually finally gonna go through it. It's saying definitely with this year we're gonna confess to like who we like and everything. It's like, it was kind of in their own way, since they don't know who they like. It's like, it's their own little declaration saying, yeah, we're actually both going to do it. And it's like, oh, we've got somewhere this year, which is like, what, you holded Raku's hand? Like, honestly, Chitoge's gone for way much more than you fucking Onodera. Like, these two have been extremely close. It's like, I mean, yeah, he got best friended, but it's like, even so, it's just like, yeah, shit like that. Like, it honestly shows that if this is like the third year that they're, I think like he's sort of starting to get ready to wrap up. So I mean, if we're like already on like kind of their last year, then that's kind of shocking to see, because you know there's normally only 3 years to like sort of high school for like these kids. It's like, and then they go on to college, and it's like, that's pretty like interesting to see that, you know, it took 3 years and we're already on the third year. So there you go. I guess like, it's kind of weird in the way that the actual show itself and the actual manga is actually progressing in like sort of like the same amount of chapters there is, because like the manga's been going on for about like 3 years, and that's kind of interesting, I find. But it's like they're all their little wishes are just like all like just like freaking like stupid, saying, you know, oh, I want to be, you know, tell my feelings and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I want to tell them this year. Fucking like Haru is just like, oh, like let my sister be with like fucking like senpai, and it's like Tsugumi was like, oh, I want to kiss. It's just like all of them are just so stupid and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, Yui's was probably the most adorable one, because she was like saying like, oh, you know, everyone to be happy, and then like fucking Paul is like, yeah, I want big kids, and like, what the fuck, like. Even that is like, even when we saw like Rudy and also as well as Shu, they actually had some moments together as well. So definitely showed that they're more pushing them. Like, I think that kind of needs to happen definitely in this year. Like there needs to be an actual moment where these two generally have something, because like they've had little moments and there've been little nods, but it's like these two should definitely like hook up definitely in this year. I think that's a very good thing for them. But it's like, and then Raku's one is, of course, super fucking generic. It's like, oh, this year to be a good year. And it's just like, it was a nice little panel to see all of them together at the end. But it's like, what can I say about this chapter apart from that Marika wasn't there? Because they generally said at the start, Marika's like too ill to actually go here. So we might have like a stupid chapter, but that also as well, that could show that maybe like her mother's actually stopped her from taking it. So that's one thing to say about it. But other than that, what can I say about this chapter? It was just there. It was just like, so honestly, I'd give it like a 5. Like, it's average. It had some moments in it that were funny, and when like everyone was beating the shit out of Shu because of like what he did last year. But regardless, there just wasn't really anything to talk about apart from that. Yeah, Marika wasn't there. Like, and that shows like, you know, shit's going to go down with her, and maybe we might see that like happening soon. But it's like, it was a New Year chapter, and really nothing for me to say about it. But that's all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.